Each off.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Wow, okay. I did not think I would be making this video today, but it was just announced on Netflix that they are going to do a Little House on the Prairie reboot. And that's all we know. We don't have a date. We don't know anything else other than it's happening. I was not expecting a reboot of any kind, and it works out really well that it happened like right now because we're almost gonna go into the Little House readathon, or I don't know what you call it, whatever. It's hosted by Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books and Lindsay something. I'll tag you, I promise. I cannot remember. Anyway, I'm too excited. A Little House reboot. Wow, that was not what I was expecting to hear today, but yeah, I had to do a video about it. So I kind of wanted to talk about the things that I hope for in the reboot. First of all, I hope that it sticks more closely to the books. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are lots of funny and nostalgic moments in Michael Landon's version. I mean, Mrs. Olsen, the whole Olsen family are iconic figures. But in reality, in the books, they barely exist. Like, I mean, practically everything in the TV series is fiction. And yeah, there may be some fiction in Laura Ingalls Wilder's actual books, but at least it's based on the truth, and a lot of it is factual, you know, like where they lived and stuff like that. But, I mean, the TV series really went off the rails pretty much from the beginning. So, really the only thing that was kind of accurate was like the pilot episode where they were in Indian territory. But after that, it spiraled completely. So, I'm not sure what to expect from this new version. Like I said, I'm really hoping they go through all the books and even beyond. I mean, wouldn't it be cool to see kind of Laura and Almanzo moving to Rocky Ridge Farm with Rose? I mean, there's just so much to, like, portray. And the thing that Michael Landon didn't realize is that we don't need drama. Like, literally all these books by themselves were, like, drama enough for us to get into them and to keep coming back to them. I mean, The Long Winter alone, like, is suspense. Even if it's just snow and more snow and, like, there's just so much that they didn't have to do that they did in the TV series that I hope they don't do this time. But I'm not sure, just because, you know, we're going to have nostalgic TV watchers, so I'm not really sure what direction they're going to take this. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you guys want a new TV series based, like, primarily on the books that we're reading? Or do you want kind of another kind of similar thing to what we already have? Because, I mean, again, the Olsens are iconic characters. Nellie Olsen and Laura Ingalls' wars are iconic, right? You know, Laura and Nellie getting into fights was just a part of the fandom. But in reality, it didn't actually happen. So I'm not really sure how they're going to do it. And I did like certain things, like I said. I do want to mention a few things I did not necessarily love about the TV show, so I'm kind of glad they're doing a reboot, and I hope they don't repeat those mistakes. Number one, Charles Ingalls' obsession with having a boy. We never saw this in the books. Now, we know that they actually did have a baby boy who passed away when he was like 9 months old or something. And we do actually see that in the show. But from there, it was like, it's this whole storyline about how badly Charles wants a boy, and they adopt Albert, and he literally has Caroline, like, working herself up into an early labor, freaking out because he might want a boy, and she gives him another girl. And he's telling her he doesn't want a boy, which is a total lie because he keeps adopting boys, you know. And there's a whole episode where Laura's jealous of Albert because he's all over Albert, and it's like, I don't know, we did not need that whole storyline. Like, the impression Laura gave us is that Pa was obsessed with his girls. Like, he didn't even treat Laura like a girl. Which, much to Caroline's dismay, that Laura wasn't a little lady. But, like, I never got the impression that he was, like, hating the fact that he only had girls. I don't know. That's one of the things I liked about Pa. He was just revolutionary in that way. Like, most people would be griping that they didn't have a son to help them with the farm. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure deep down he maybe wanted one. Who knows? But I prefer a world where he was happy with what he had. And if that makes me naive, so be it. So there's that. I hope we don't do that. No offense to Albert, he was great and all that, but then they have to kill him off in the end. I mean, we don't actually see him die, but there's a whole episode where he has leukemia or something. And it's like, okay, that's wild. Oh yeah, and then when they adopt James and Cassandra, it's a whole thing. And James actually gets shot. It's like, are you trying to kill all the boys in Charles's life? I mean, James doesn't die, but good grief. I don't know. I was just wild. And then speaking of boys, let's talk about Mary Ingalls. In real life, Mary went to the Iowa College for the Blind and then came home to just kind of chill at home and sell her handicrafts and make some money on the side and read and do her thing. And I guess Michael Landon didn't think that was good enough, and he wanted to give her a modern spin. So he has her become a teacher, which I like that part, but whatever. And he has her marry this blind guy named Adam, and then she gets pregnant twice as a blind person, I appreciate what he was trying to do and trying to educate people about blindness and how they can live full, fulfilling lives. I mean, they literally have Charles and Carolyn, leave her and go back to Walnut Grove and just leave her, which would never happen in real life. Yeah, right. I'm sure that she was, 16 years old? And they're like, sure, it's fine. Stay with Adam. No biggie. Whatever. My point is to say that, I get what he was trying to do, but then from there, it all goes downhill. She marries Adam. They're like this power couple teaching blind children. They start their own blind school. They finally get to Walnut Grove. We have the warm fuzzies. She gets pregnant. She has a miscarriage. She gets pregnant again. She has a baby. We're all excited about the baby. And then, boom, the blind school burns down and baby dies in a fire. I mean, can you make her any more miserable? Just leave her in her rocking chair, doing her beadwork to sell. She was probably a lot happier in real life, just humming Amazing Grace or whatever hymns she was singing than what you gave her. You literally gave her a husband, a job, which is great, and then you kill both of her children, one of them in a fire. And then, let's add some insult to injury by letting us think she's going to get her vision back. She doesn't get her vision back. Adam is crying because what'll I do if she gets her vision back? My poor bruised ego can't handle it. And then he gets his vision back. And guess what? All of a sudden, I don't really care about blind people. I'm going to be a lawyer. And you just have to conform to the patriarchy and follow me around. Who cares about your career? Yes. Wow. That was a rant I wasn't expecting to go on. But yeah, justice for Mary. And I don't even like Mary. But Michael Landon, you did Mary dirty. What's wrong with you? If you're trying to improve her life, fine. But kill her children. Give her false hope about getting her eyesight back. And then give it back to Adam for him to destroy her entire life and take her away from a fulfilling life to follow your dreams of lawyering. You already know about blindness. Can't you just sacrifice it and continue teaching blind people, you annoying little jerk? Ugh, I don't like Adam. As you can tell. And then Almanzo, what was up with him? Like, that whole storyline where he's like, you better marry me and dump your father. Who cares what he says? What? I mean, this whole series went completely off the rails. Like, I want something more toward the books. As much as I love Nellie Olson and all of that, and, you know, Dr. Baker and all those characters, and Mr. Edwards making a continual appearance, all of it, like, we need something more like what the books have. And like I said, there's plenty of drama. I mean, you literally have a whole biography to pull from. We can add the stuff from Iowa. I mean, in Old Town in the Green Groves, they talk about the scene where there's a fire near the hotel, and this drunk guy is trying to put it out with a bucket with no bottom. I mean, that would make a great movie scene. And then, I mean, they go through a lot of stuff. The baby being sick, Mary going blind in a more awful way than what happened in the show. It's just her screaming, I can't see! I can't see! I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure it was tragic for you guys who actually are imagining going blind, but me, I'm just sitting there going, can you stop screaming? You sound insane. I don't know. Maybe it was just the audio. Maybe the expression on her face conveyed it better, but I'm just like, I don't think she was that dramatic. Anyway, but yeah, I'm like really excited to see what comes of this. And so yeah, I'm going to tag the people that are running the readathon, and then you guys can share it with other people. I'm trying to remember who else reads Little House, who might be excited. Kelly reads a lot. I know she's read some of them. I can't remember. Jen's Reading Life? I'm not sure. But yeah, like, comment, share this, and gush with me in the comments, because I am really into it. Into this whole idea of a reboot. So yeah, I've got other videos to make. So I'm going to get to that. See you later. Bye.
Speech on. Stop recording video.